welcome back everybody to episode 2 of the photo adventure. I've got a really fun planned video for you today. So it's come to my attention that in the last video, I moved around a lot and it's kind of getting a little distracting. So I'm going to try and do less of that, so it's a little bit easier to focus on what I'm saying. With this second episode, I'm going to try and make things a little bit more streamlined, talk a little bit less, and try to get more of a showing of what I'm actually doing. Because the first episode's always a little rough, right? Is that with TV and everything? Whoa! Oh boy, you guys are falling. So today we're actually going to be going to Fawn Ferrex Glen in Green Bay. I'm going to be taking some pictures of one of my friends / coworker, and we're just going to make a day out of it. It's actually really interesting because I've never been there before. So it's going to be a fun time trying to figure out compositions and where to take pictures and all. But I'll make the best of it. Let's head on over. Alrighty, everybody. We made it to Fawn Ferrex Glen. I'm here with Paige. Say hi, Paige. So we're going to get on to our adventure. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the GoPro. So composing all the images at Fawn Ferrex Glen was actually a pretty new experience for me. I've never actually shot in this type of environment before, so it was a really cool way to get my feet wet, no pun intended, and really produce some awesome, exciting images. So this image right here was actually kind of exciting. I don't know why, I just liked it how Paige was sitting on the rock and like she was composed by the waterfall, and how she was kind of looking down. So that was kind of one of my favorite ones. What I really wanted to do for this image was raise the shutter speed up a little bit more. This would allow for the waterfall to be nice and smooth and kind of like velvety, so like it would be kind of a more dreamy looking image. But it was a really bright and sunny day out, and I did not have my neutral density filter with me. So that was kind of a bummer, but it still produced a pretty cool image. Now we're just trying to find different locations for different photos. It was just a really treacherous climb throughout, as most of the rocks were really loose. So this next location was actually pretty cool. It produced a lot of my favorite images out of the whole day. I actually have two different versions of this one, more of a landscape and a portrait one. The landscape one was actually one of my favorite ones, as you can see more of the landscape. What I really try to do with people when I'm working with them and taking pictures of them is try to make them feel as comfortable as possible. I try to not make them do anything that like will feel weird to them, as it will produce more genuine, candid photos of people if they're doing things that they're naturally comfortable with and they're just having a good time. So I just try to make sure everyone's having a good time when I'm taking pictures. Alrighty, so for all the pictures I took that day, these are the three I would say are my top 3 favorites. This first one is one of my favorites because of just the quality of it. Your eyes are just brought almost immediately to it. You're able to see all the details of her face, and it's just a very eye-catching photo. Alrighty, so this second one is my favorite because of the composition. Your eyes are drawn directly towards Paige, and there's no really anything distracting in the background, and it's kind of just a really cool image, I thought, to be able to share with you guys. So this last one is my favorite because it gives me a strong fantasy vibe just by looking at it. Just kind of, you can just think to yourself that like you're going to go on an adventure just by looking at this picture. Alrighty, everybody. that's the end of this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek of all the photos I took today. Leave a comment below of what you'd like to see in the next video. And just remember to always be creating, be kind to one another, and I'll see you guys in the next one.